You've been told to upload a song weekly. You've been told to post on social media daily, if not 4 or 5 times a day. You're told to grind it out on the road touring nonstop. And a lot of these tips are just outdated and they don't work. And let me ask you, is it working? Has what you've been doing working? And if it hasn't, I encourage you to take up a new strategy. What I say on my Spotify 5-day challenge is maybe it's not time to quit on your dream, but it is time to quit on your strategy and try something new. My name's Chris, also known as Manifest. I actually have over 250 million streams on Spotify. New plaque is coming soon. Thank you for all the support. But I'm just like you trying to grow my streams, and I want to answer some of these questions on how do we grow? How do we actually get our music out there? How often should you be releasing new songs? When do you release an album? How long do you keep marketing and promoting a song until you move on to the next one? These are a lot of common questions I get. And let's start with like the first one. Okay, what I say to the majority of artists I coach, if they've got like 4 or 5 songs out and they don't have 10,000 monthly listeners, you need to just press pause on the making and press play on the marketing. Okay, and you have to be okay that you are now in a marketing cycle. You need to put your energy and focus into marketing what you have to grow it, okay? Before you just keep on scattering seed. It's like the farmer who goes out and just throws out seed, but he doesn't water it. He doesn't give it any soil, doesn't give it any sunshine, and it just dies. And that's what's happening every time you just release another song. It's just like dying. No one's listening to it. You're not growing. That's like me. If I just keep uploading YouTube videos and I'm not trying to get better, I'm not marketing them, I'm not promoting them, then they just die, right? So we need to market what you have. And so you might say, well, which one? I've got like 4 or 5. Which one do I focus on? Well, I'd look at your data, and I don't care if it's 5 years old. I don't care if it's 10. I don't care if it's 10 weeks old or 10 days. I would take whatever one is the best. That's in your top 5 or top 10, probably the number 1 spot. And if you've got like no monthly listeners, go with your gut, okay? But if you've at least got 100, or if you got some monthly listeners or a few hundred or 10, 20, 30, you just want to choose the one that you know is the hit if people just heard it. I would choose that song. And then I would post and promote on social media about it. Not every day though. I'd be strategic. I'd make the best content I could with the best hooks, the best captions I could. I would post, and I'd probably do that for like, a week or two. I would take those best posts that are doing the best, and then I would run ads to that song on a Spotify playlist. Okay, I would literally I'd send it to a Spotify playlist so that my whole catalog would get a lift. Okay, and if you've got less than 10,000 monthly listeners or more, and you just need help, or you got 100,000, we'll help you to get 200,000. Just email your Spotify link to support@smartmusicbusiness.com. Okay, that's support@smartmusicbusiness.com. I'll check out your music. I'll tell you what to do, and I'll let you know if we can work with you and we can help you out and do this. Okay, and so you want to start marketing, right, and promoting the songs. And so how long? How long do I do that, Chris? At least 45 days. I've been saying 30 to 45. I'm going with 45 because 30 is normally like the minimum, but 45 really tells Spotify's algorithm you got something going on. I find in the 45 day that guarantees you're going to give Spotify enough data, assuming you've got a good ad and assuming you've got a good song, but to give that song a real chance, okay? Like give it a real chance. And so the goal there is just to trigger the algorithm, right? And then Spotify starts sharing the song for you. If you watch the other video, I was talking about how Spotify is literally saying, hey, if you like this, you might like this. Or if you like this one, you might like this one. And they start sharing your song for you, right? And so once you've gotten that song blowing up, then I would say, hey, dial back the budget on the song that you were promoting. Put it back down to whatever a minimum budget is. And then let's move on to the next song. And now let's blow that one up. And we got to test more ads or whatnot. Let's blow it up. But I would say, hey, let's at least 10x your streams. Let's get you to 10,000 monthly listeners, 5,000 monthly listeners, right? Let's get your followers up and get some momentum going. So then when you actually do release a song on Spotify and you do pitch to the editorial playlist, the algorithm will get activated more and Release Radar will just work for you. They'll work way harder for you. But if you're just mindlessly just throwing songs out there. It's just like that doesn't work, all right? One thing we're doing, I got a song coming out on the 17th of this month. I'm really excited about it. We're going to get ready to do ads for it. We're pitching it to a whole bunch of Spotify playlists right now. I pitched it to the Release Radar. The featured artist on the song has pitched it to the Release Radar using Spotify's pitching tool, and we're marketing this song. When was the last one I released? Like 3 or 4 weeks ago. That's kind of like the sweet spot, is 3 to 4 weeks. Why is that the sweet spot? Because I find when you release a song, Spotify's algorithm tends to push it for about 3 to 4 weeks. Okay? If you do 2, that's kind of you're kind of cutting the legs underneath. It's kind of like this thing's run. It's like, Spotify's pushing the song, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm pushing this one. And you're like, hey, I want you to come over and I want you to work on this and push that one. Spotify's like, and so you kill this one. And it's like, hey, I was going to push this one a lot harder, but you want me to now go focus on this one? Okay. And so it cuts the legs up from the other song, and then it pushes the other one, where you're literally getting all this free promo from Spotify's algorithm for at least 2 to 3 weeks. But if you layer that with ads, you layer that with playlist promotion, you layer that with good organic content, and we're just firing from all these different angles to shoot those streams up the first, 24, 48 hours, and then for 30 days, like that's the gold, right? And like that's what I did on my last song. And we ended up getting another editorial playlist 30 days later. And what's really cool is I kept on pushing it past the 30 days. It was my song Walking Into Fire. And then what did I do? I opted it into Spotify Discovery Mode. Okay. And now Spotify Discovery Mode is, again, Spotify's algorithm that literally walks around the Spotify internet and it shares your song. And that's really what we want. We want the algorithm working for us. Like, that's why I can make these videos, because the algorithm is sharing my song for me, right? And so promote the song for at least 3 to 4 weeks as far as the new one, right? Like, you don't want to release another one after that until you've really got the juice out of the one, all right? And so when it comes to like a release cycle and I'm leading up to an EP or I'm leading up to an album, I like to release like 4 singles, and then the 5th one is a 5-song EP. Then I'll probably, after that EP, I'll wait another 3 or 4 weeks and I'll release another single and then another one until I've got 9 singles out now. The 9th one, it'll be 4 new ones. So I got the EP with 4 more singles, and then I'll release the last one, but as an album. All right, that's how I do that. And then once the album is out, and again, I do a lot of writing for TV and film. We write and release a lot of songs. I want to let that album breathe, man. Like, we got a whole catalog body of work, right? Like, I'm not trying to release another song right away. Like, at least a month and a half. Like, come on, and that's the thing, right? Like, we just want to do more and more and more and more, and you're okay to spend money on the cover and the mastering and the mixing. But look, we got to advertise it. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. You got to get known. The best song doesn't win. It's the best known song that wins. And I've just tested over and over again. When we put the work in and when we promote a song, it'll start to blow up, okay? And so just to kind of recap here, you want to release a song every 3 to 4 weeks, right? New single. And that's still pretty aggressive, okay? And that's assuming you're going to be doing ads. When you're blowing up a song, right? When you're trying to breathe new life into a song, you want to stay marketing that song for at least a month and a half, okay? And then that's assuming you've got an ad that works. Jackson, be quiet. It's my dog, Cavachon. Quiet. I'm going to leave that in. You want to come in and get in the video? Okay, you're going to come in the video. We're just going to keep it raw today, okay? So you release that, you keep promoting that song for about a month and a half, right? And when you're done promoting that song, let's say you've triggered Spotify's algorithm, then you dial back your budget and then you can move on to the next song. But you see, the problem is, and what I tell a lot of artists is, you want to get a cheap cost per click, all right? You're spending this money on advertising, and some of you're just blowing your budgets. You're spending like $1, $2 per click to get one person to listen to, when you should be spending like the most 30 cents US. But we really want that in like the 10 to 15 cents per click, okay? That's what we've been getting lately. Sometimes we get it way below 10 cents. We get it like 8 cents per click. That's someone who's pressing play on your song, right? And of course, there's no ROI on the front end. I'm not trying to get ROI right now. I'm just trying to market and get known, get the algorithm working for me, right? And so when you've been running the ads to that one song, you might have gotten the cost really cheap. But now when you switch to the new song, now you got to do new ads and you got to do it over again and you got to get that cost per click down. And that's what we help you do, right? We help you set up the ads. We help you put a campaign together. Email me a link to your Spotify at support@smartmusicbusiness.com. We'll check it out, see if it's good, see if we can help you out, give you a little bit of advice. And if you want to work with us, and we'll check it out and get you rocking. Jackson will listen to your music and he'll let you know if it's dope or not. But don't quit, man. God's called you to something great. Jesus has changed my life. All right. And I want to help people. I want to get my music out there. And it's not the time to walk in fear. It's the time to walk in faith and go after your dream. You've turned off your dream machine. I have done that before, and it's time to turn it back on. It's time to take a step of faith, make this music. You made it. Well, now market it. Get it out there. Stop talking about your dream and let's do this thing.